Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yes, and that would be?
So this weekend, June 4th, we're actually having a fish fry out at Campbell. Starts at 11 o'clock and goes to
Whenever the
3.
food's gone, huh?
Yes.
Right.
The official deadline is 3.
It's 3. So how long have you been involved as a part of this organization?
So with Campbell Fire Department, I've been there for just under 3 years.
Oh, right.
Before that, I'm also a professional firefighter, so I've been doing that since about 2000.
Oh, wow. And where are you from originally?
Here,
From
so
Greenville.
I grew up in between Commerce and Campbell. Went to the Christian school here in Greenville, went to church here in Greenville, so I've been around town most of my whole life.
All right. So Samuel,
Yes,
the organization, you run a little bit on donations, right?
Yes, sir. Pretty substantial on donations, and we do receive some funding from the county and the hospital as well, but very substantially on donations.
Okay, now, Barbara, you know as well as I do that when you're a volunteer, when you're a volunteer, you're wide open for a lot of things, and I would imagine the same thing with your department, because not only Campbell, but you got areas that you take care of, and if you expand on that just a little bit.
Yes, sir. We mutual aid Lone Oak, Greenville, Cumbie, Commerce. So if they have big fires that they need help with, we'll help with that, and vice versa. If we have something that we need help with, a lot of the departments in the county will help us as well.
So scenario, you've got a fire that's not in Campbell, but it's in Lone Oak. So do you get a call and, hey, Samuel, we need your help, or how
It comes through a dispatch, so they'll call dispatch and tell them they need assistance, and dispatch will send whoever is next in the rotation.
How
do you get volunteers though? I mean,
Yeah,
there, I know church choir volunteers, we take everybody. I mean, they show up, they make a noise,
Yes.
they get to be there on Sunday. And I hope that somebody who shows up for a fire has a little bit more, I mean, I'm guessing there's a process.
Yes. We basically, people will vote on who comes on. They have to pass drug tests, background checks, per the county.
Okay.
And then we do in-house training. We have a physical they have to pass before they come off their 6-month probation. And we do quite a bit of in-house training, and we'll send them to trainings as well.
Cool. I had the fire department at I have another building that's empty, and they were practicing coming in second floor windows. So,
Yes.
and that was
Okay.
Greenville Fire Department. So
Yes.
I'm guessing y'all participate in things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Oh,
I texted you something.
oh, you did?
Check your phone.
So,
So-
y'all, everybody
Y'all
check-
go ahead and
no.
talk. Yeah, just go ahead and talk. Yeah.
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
We're at our lowest right now. We've had quite a few go off to school, move out of our district, so they're on with other departments now. So this past year, we've had a lot of come and go. So we're very open to anyone who's over 18 who would be interested in a career in the fire service, or even a medical professional who wants to see what we do and learn about that. It's one way to get some training, some introductory training to kind of see if it's something that's a good fit for you. So we have a lot of young guys coming out of high school who are going to be nurses, who are going to be paramedics or firefighters. We also really appreciate that help, especially when they're young and have a lot of energy and excited about what's going on. It really rejuvenates some of us who have been in it for a little while.
I told some
get
kids
some of that.
last week, I was talking to some seniors, and said that go out and find these places. Find the places
Yes.
you can help. Find it. I mean, if you're interested, a little bit interested, go see if you really are,
Yes.
because you may hate it, and
Well,
you
we
need to find
also-
that out fast.
Well, we also need business professionals because we are a nonprofit organization. So there's a lot of business that goes with that. There's fundraising, there's bookkeeping, there's reporting, there's training, there's a lot of documentation in order to get the grants that we receive. There's a lot of paperwork that has to be filled out. So if you're on the business side of it, we still appreciate those individuals
Cool.
coming to help as well.
I hadn't even thought of that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I've
Our
seen
vehicles
it.
need maintenance. Fire trucks are not cheap. They're not cheap to maintain. They
So the
have a lot of
mechanics.
issues, so we need a lot of mechanics. We have a few guys in our department who are really trained well in that, and they keep us up and rolling. And that's a very important aspect of what we do.
Yeah, because my thought of it before, I was in an unincorporated area in Austin and there was a fire next door. And so it was the volunteers that showed up, which was the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. Pickup trucks, cars, the big trucks, but all these other vehicles were, it was like a party. All these people showed up, but they were all firefighters. But it was like, wow, it's kind of fun to wake up to. But yeah, but the other part was scary because it was like a little across a little creek from me where the fire was. But it was interesting to see a volunteer group show up
It
to a
does
fire.
turn into a party sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it just looks like everybody's got their job to do, but
Yeah.
it was kind of magical. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a family.
Yeah.
Yes,
In
sir,
a way.
very much.
Yeah, very much
We
like a
definitely
family.
run our department
Right.
like a family. It is
Right.
one of the things that we set as a standard when you come to your very first meeting. We operate like a family. We hold one another accountable. We joke, we laugh, we play. And the reason why we do that is to keep the balance in our lives. We see a lot of really intense situations, and as humans, we need that playtime, that fun, that joke, to kind of bring the balance back to our lives. So you'll see a lot of firemen and you'll hear military say the same thing. We have a very odd sense of humor. So we tell people who are not necessarily in the business, forgive us if we say things that may come across as a little bit of offensive, but our goal is to bring that balance back to our life. And we need that
I
joy,
understand
that
totally.
fun, right?
Right.
So a lot of people can identify with that, a
Yeah.
lot of people less so, but we just ask for a little bit of grace in those moments because that's kind of the goal and the overall purpose of that.
Right. Well, it's one thing to be employed at a job that takes care of things like that, but it's another thing to be a volunteer because, and I'm preaching to the choir, when a person volunteers for what you're doing, I know it becomes, it's not maybe a passion, but it's that helping someone. And that's a huge thing that I know that your department is in, is just helping those people that are affected by a fire or whatever, so.
Yes, sir. And the volunteer.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go
You
ahead.
have building needs too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Will you tell us a little bit about what your building needs are?
Yes.
Yes. So basically, right now we're working on getting to where we have living quarters in our station. So when I joined 8 years ago, our call volume was almost half of what it is now. So our need is kind of to bring in volunteers from a little further out, and allowing them to volunteer and having a place where they can spend the night, cook, stuff like that is kind of a necessity. So we're working toward that right now, getting living quarters, a kitchen, some place for them to stay, and we can have staff up at the station through the night.
This travel time would be a big deal because if they're
it
coming
is.
from afar,
Yes.
if the fire's here, it might be next door to the station, but to get the people,
Correct. Yes.
they might be
Yeah.
coming from.
Right. So statistically, a fire doubles in size every 2 minutes.
Oh wow.
So if you think I'm one of the closest volunteers and I live 5 minutes from the station.
Wow.
Someone calls it into dispatch, it takes them a minute to get us dispatched. Then it takes us a minute to get to our cars, fire's doubled. Then it takes us a couple minutes to get to the station, it's doubled and doubled again.
So do you already have
So
equipment on?
Do you have,
That is why having people staffed at the station is important. It
Right.
reduces our response time anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, which is the standard, accepted level. Ours can be up, and our response district is so large.
Yes.
So our driving time can be 10, 15 minutes to some of the locations in our district. So you start adding all of that up and you can see where that time frame is really important. That's why it's something that we've really taken on and said, this has got to be a priority for us as a department. And that's how we justify the expense of it, which is why we're having a fundraiser.
Fish fry on Saturday.
Fish fry
This
on
week.
Saturday.
That's right, this week.
I promise it's
Yeah.
going to be delicious. It will be at the station in Campbell, which is 111 or 111 Main Street in Campbell. We have a big bay. We're going to open it up, cook outside, have a bounce house, have a few games. We're going to give some rides in our new fire truck so that people can see where our resources are going, understand the difference between some of our older equipment versus some of our newer equipment. We'll have a lot of fun activities for the family.
Raffle prizes.
We do have a raffle going
Oh,
on.
yeah, the raffle, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 raffle and an AR-15 raffle.
All right, the raffle, folks, let me tell you what, the items that are always available on a raffle are guaranteed to be the actual, because I've seen so many raffles that you look at the product and it's different when you know what I'm talking about. So that's, now the fish fry is this Saturday.
This Saturday,
Yes,
This
June
Saturday.
4th.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Along with a cruise in from Gearheads as well.
Gearheads for Christ. That's
for
right.
Christ,
That's right.
yes. That's for
And folks, I'm going to tell you again, volunteer fire departments are run on donations just like everything else. So if you're out there and you've got that, and I always say this, Sammy, if you got that checkbook and you open it up and you want someone help someone, Campbell Fire Department right here because they need
Yes,
those
sir.
quarters. So
We appreciate it.
thank y'all.
Do you
Huh?
need, I know there's a lot of donation requests in other departments about hydration.
So we are actually snowed under with water right now.
Hey,
So that's a good thing.
That is
We put
awesome.
our
That's a very
request, and
important
we were
commodity.
overwhelmed with the response.
Yes.
We were
So-
so blessed by
All right.
all the water that was donated.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're
Are we?
actually,
I got one thing. So,
Yes.
I got something cool to tell y'all. A very good friend of mine who lives out in Loin. His name is JW. He bought a 90-gallon hot water heater and he's donating it to y'all.
That's fantastic.
All right.
Great.
thank you.
Showers.
All right.
Nice.
Excellent.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Good.
Yes.
Well, folks, I'm Mark.
Can I say one more
Yes.
thing?
No. Go ahead, Samuel.
Also, the evening next week, I think starting at 4 o'clock, Wolf City is doing a fish
Yes.
fry and a lot of
Same
activities
day.
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Same
All
day.
right. Same day.
Same
If
Okay.
you want to make a day of it,
Hey, it's a fish
go
day.
see Wolf City.
It's
Yeah.
a fish day.
Right.
Good. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
And good luck on. I know it's going to be a great success.
Thank you.
And maybe
Yes, sir.
we can have Sparky get you guys back on and let's get an update on those quarters for people.
Oh,
being-
yes.
all right, Good.
We would love
sir.
that.
Good.
Bring your hot rod or your truck.
That's right,
or
Gearheads
your
for Christ.
for special parking.
Right. Okay. We're coming back with a guest that
Lori.
you've known for quite some time, and I've known her back in radio days. She brings a laughter, you might say, for the children that she's involved with. CASA, Lori Cope. She's coming here. Y'all come back with us.
Every truck and SUV is on sale at Platinum Chevrolet.
New 2021 Silverados start at only $37,999, or choose from new 2021 Trailblazers and buy for under $20,000.
Don't miss Truck Month at Platinum Chevrolet.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to Go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
Need a part for the right price? Look for that red and blue sign. Henley Auto Supply at 1510 Stonewall. Over 800,000 CarQuest parts to choose from. Domestic, European, and Asian parts. Henley Auto Supply at 903-455-1969. 455-1969. Henley Auto Supply has the right parts to keep your vehicle running. And backed by the best hometown service. Henley Auto Supply. Great people, great products, great prices. Henley Auto Supply and CarQuest.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to Go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. simply great wings.
Sorry, yeah, go.
We are live at the Texan Lobby Studio, and I think
so.
in downtown Greenville, Texas, it is Ctfm. Coffee, tea, friendly me. Makeup did not make it, but guess what? This lady did, and because of today, it's been so much fun. Barbara Horan is our co-host today. Not only a co-host, but the owner of this establishment. And what a beautiful, gorgeous venue it is. Lori Cope is here with CASA.
Yes.
How have you been?
I'm great.
Good.
Yeah.
We're so glad that, because when you come, you bring such important messages for the community related to our children.
Yes.
And for that said, I'm going to let that microphone be yours right quick.
Well, okay. So a lot of good information about volunteering just a while ago with the volunteer fire department, and we, as many nonprofits, we can't do without our volunteers. So our volunteers are appointed by the courts to advocate for children while they're in the foster care system. So by no fault of their own, these children have been removed and placed into foster care, and this system, as we know, is overburdened, overwhelmed, and to have that independent voice for these children is so important, and our volunteers are so passionate.
Oh boy,
So
look
passionate.
what you just got.
Woo, thank you. Well worth it. Well worth it. But no, so that's what CASA does. We are court-appointed special advocates, and here in Hunt County, we serve anywhere from, on any given day, anywhere from 150, 100 children. The numbers are decreasing because of the new
That
legislation.
was what I was going to ask you. Have they decreased at all?
They have decreased, but what we know is that abuse didn't just stop because legislation passed.
I was going to ask that.
But what the goal is to keep these children with family, because family is important, and every child has the right to those family connections. So what it's doing is leaving these children with parents or relatives, and the CPS, Child Protective Services, does not take custody of the children, but they're overseeing, they're making sure that the parents are working services, that the children are getting what they need. We'll see if that's going to be beneficial. But
so there's no special advocate until they're actually removed?
Correct,
Okay.
until the CPS has conservatorship.
Okay.
And so we aren't getting cases until they become in the care and custody of the state. So our numbers are decreasing. We're hopeful that this will be successful, of course. But we're already seeing some issues where maybe children might have been removed in other counties, not here in Hunt County, but some things happening where it's not a perfect system. There's not a perfect fix for this, but we know what was going on wasn't working. We're hopeful maybe this will work a little better, because it's all about the children.
Right.
And removing them from even an abusive family is traumatic.
Right.
That's the only home they've known. So it is traumatic. Also, they're not placed within Hunt County. There's not in the foster homes. They're placed even into the Metroplex, but sometimes down around Waxahachie, Austin, Houston, and that volunteer has to go see them, wants to go see them.
But
so
even if they were visiting family, that makes it incredibly difficult, even if a supervised visit or something.
Yeah.
If they're far, all the way to Waxahachie, that's...
Because you have to bring them up. Somebody, CPS has to go get them, bring them here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, this system is broken.
Well, it's hard.
Because
when I graduated law school, '88, there was the little boy that, there's the whole big thing, leave him at home.
Right.
And they didn't remove him, and then he died.
Right.
And so, you're torn.
You are.
Leave, don't leave.
Yeah.
How you can't know.
Right. You can't. You can't predict the future. You can put things in place that hopefully will help the family.
Right.
Because I really believe that most parents on any given day don't get up thinking, I'm going to abuse my child today.
No.
But it gets
Situations
frustrating.
and factors play into that, and children do get abused or neglected. I mean, here in Hunt County, as many counties throughout the state, drug abuse is our #1 issue. And when parents are abusing drugs and not thinking clearly and not working and not doing the things they should to take care of their children, that's when situations turn to where they do need to be helped Right. We'll say helped, yeah.
I just cannot have a mindset of hurting a child. I just can't. It's part of my.
Oh, I don't have children, but I can tell you when I was babysitting my godson, there were days that it was so noisy, or it was so, and I'm not there all the time.
Right.
I only visit. I was like there during the daytime,
Right.
and I could see how it could get frustrating.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm leaving.
Definitely.
I'm leaving
And
fine.
that's what parents should do too, is walk away. Walk away, go outside. I mean, but they need support.
Right.
That's the whole thing, is these parents need support, whether it's by family members or what we call fictive kin, which is not blood related, but it feels like family.
Fictive kin.
Fictive kin, that's a real term. People know that.
Fictive kin, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's like play like family. But it's, again, not blood related.
Chosen family.
Yes, chosen, yes. But they need that support. The parents need the support, the family needs that support. And at CASA, we're, like many of the CASA programs here in Texas, we have started what's called Collaborative Family Engagement. And that's a program where we work with families and mainly with the children for the children to think about, who did I spend summers with? Who do I have a connection with? And we help build those connections for that child and eventually for that family. It's been successful throughout the state. We are just starting on that, but we can see already that's going to be
awesome.
So helpful.
That is so awesome.
So you said volunteers only when the court appointed, but the Campbell needs people in the office, needs people. So does CASA need other ones, or are those paid people and then all the volunteers are the ones that are attached to children?
Correct. So with our grant funding, the volunteers, we receive, so our grant money is based on the number of hours that a volunteer works serving children.
Okay.
So it's serving the children that we need the volunteers to do. We do have a small administrative staff that handles the day-to-day things. And because of confidentiality, a volunteer is assigned to one case, and boy, they know their case, but they can't know all the cases.
All the cases,
and so within the office, they would know more than what they should know. But the whole thing is the volunteers are so dedicated to these children, and they think outside the box about what can I do, what can we do to help this child through this short time in their life. They're not going to be in foster care forever.
Right.
But during this time, we can't change what happened, but we can make a difference for their future and help them right now.
Cool.
So, and
that was me. And
I
don't have any.
Just like every other nonprofit organization, we have fundraisers, and we have a big one coming up July 2nd. And that is our annual, now we can say annual because it'll be our second year, our annual Charlotte Turner Memorial Car, Truck, and Motorcycle Show.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
So it's on Saturday, July 2nd at Alliance Bank there on Wesley, across from the Promenade. And it's just going to be, the cars start rolling in about 9 a.m. Awards are given at 1 p.m. We'll have burgers, hot dogs, games, trivia, raffles. I mean, it's just going to be a fun time. And boy, we're going to have some awesome cars.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there last year with Gabe and I. And what a car show. It was fun.
Yes.
A lot. I think at first there was rain or something,
Right.
but it didn't deter anybody.
Right.
And Barbara, I was surprised that these guys, these cars, and Sparky this is family. It's a family item,
Yeah.
And when it's all this bad weather was coming, I'm going, boy, I know some of these guys are really particular about their cars.
yeah.
But you know what? Nobody left.
Yeah.
Nobody left at all. And it was so good.
And then the sun came out.
Sun
and we were
come
all
out.
Good.
Right. Yeah.
But we're going to shut it down maybe a little bit earlier than last year. We went to 3 p.m. before the awards. We've learned, because you only have one event, you learn for the second event. So the awards are at 1 p.m. That's not saying everybody's going to start pulling out at 1, but if you're going to come, you really want to come between 9 and 1 to see all the cars and participate in all the games.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if it's till 1, are there food trucks?
We're going to have burgers and hot dogs and kind of a meal package where you get a burger and or hot dog and chips and a drink, all for a donation.
Right.
Donation.
And last year, the organization that provided some of that was, I can't remember.
Now, Journey Golf Carts is our is our title sponsor.
Right.
And they'll have the golf carts out there, and just, that's always fun to kind of check out these hot rod golf carts. That's what I
They're
call
awesome.
them.
Yeah, I have a Harley-Davidson golf cart.
Yeah, so they're just, it's wonderful. And then we've got some other great sponsors coming on, and so we're looking for sponsors, looking for auto registrations. They can all go to our CASA for Hunt County website, and there's all the information there how to register to be a donor or to register your vehicle.
Cool.
Okay,
Yay.
good.
Yay, yay, yay.
So that is July the
July 2nd.
2nd. Okay.
Second.
Second.
And so it's on a Saturday. We know that the other events really will happen on July 4th. We always try to hold it on that July 4th weekend.
Right, right.
And then just speak a little bit about Charlotte Turner. You know, she was
What a
our
wonderful lady she was. Oh,
I tell you what, I
love her.
just
Love her.
miss her so much. You know, she passed away in August of 2019. But she was a long time, well-serving CASA volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
And then she joined our board of directors and was actually treasurer of the board. We want to honor Charlotte, and sometimes I know she would not like all the publicity, but definitely
But it has to be.
it has to be. And she would definitely want to raise money for CASA.
Glory, thank you.
Thank you.
you so much for being and giving us the information.
This weekend, isn't CASA going to be at a care fair?
Yes.
Is that this weekend?
Yes.
Can you tell friendly about that?
So Commerce has a We Care Fair. A lot of nonprofit organizations are going to be there to offer resources for the area, but it's at Commerce at the city park.
It's from Ctfm.
Yes, which I can't remember what the acronym stands for. Forgive me. But anyway, it's just a big event.
Right.
Come out, free hot dogs, lots of games and things like that in Commerce.
In Commerce. All right.
Cool.
We are going to a commercial break. Now, this commercial break is setting you up. And again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
This
you.
commercial break is setting you up for a lady that's got a lot to talk about. And she's going to talk about...
And that's
the
one of them. She's drinking one of them.
And she's drinking one right now. So I'm going to tell you what, folks. Y'all come back, Ctfm, right here at the Texan Theater lobby studio. Come on back with us.
Company coming? Make sure they stay with us. At Best Western Plus, we'll treat them right. Like hot complimentary breakfast, spacious rooms, a glorious pool, fitness and business center, and best of all, a friendly staff. Our large flexible meeting rooms are great for business and social get-togethers. Best Western Plus, just off of Interstate 30 near Cracker Barrel. Staying with us is always a plus. Best Western Plus in Greenville.
And we are live from the Texan Lobby Studio at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas, Ctfm. Coffee, tea, friendly, and me, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Hunt Regional Healthcare. What an organization, one that is proactive, you might say. And we have discount wheel and tire, where service is the bottom line. And folks, today is a hallmark for, you remember, and Gabe Medina, brother in Christ, business partner. You remember we sat right here with two chairs, and a laptop and a camera.
And a webcam.
And
it
a
wasn't
webcam.
even a real camera.
Right, one webcam.
On the screen? I mean, the little webcam?
Yeah, we had a well, it was a laptop, and then we had an external webcam that we faced.
External, not just you had to go.
No, everybody look at the screen and smile.
And I said a hallmark today is our co-host, one Miss Barbara Horan, and she is in her house having fun.
Yes, I am.
And you want to talk about some different things, and we're here. We're here to
we
listen.
have all kinds of stuff. I'm not
Yes.
sure how much I can
Oh, yeah, you
I'm allowed to talk about.
Well-
We do have a special for lunch for Friendly Live.
Do we really?
We have pork loin sandwich, hot.
Pork loin
Pork loin
sandwich?
with
Pork loin sandwich.
apple butter and Swiss cheese on potato bread.
Who is the
Panini.
chef here at the Texan Theater?
It's a combination chef thing.
Okay.
My brother James does
Yeah.
a lot of the recipes,
Right,
but
right.
I often cook.
Oh,
so you,
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Well, okay, we grew up here.
Right,
We were
right.
both in 4-H and the fair. He started cooking at Men and Boys Cookery at the fair, and he would win all the competitions against the men and everything. You know, they came out, I don't know if they still do it, on Saturday afternoon, last Saturday of the fair, they would all come out with their grills and grill at the fair.
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
they'd compete. And
I remember the times
James did
James,
that.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
And he would
and
win.
so that's how he started
That's awesome.
cooking a lot and getting the city to know.
I didn't know she could.
But we competed all the time, and he's got that gene that let's make
Yeah.
it look like the picture thing.
Yeah. Artist.
We would both cook. They would both be yummy. His would look like the picture. He always beat me. But mine tasted good, so I get other people to plate it here.
Right.
But yes, actually, I did cook the pork loin.
That's awesome.
And it's got a rub of salt and pepper and brown sugar that's on the outside of that was cooked in it.
I can't wait. And how do you get to that? You come here
Come
today
here.
at noon. Who's the artist today?
Town Walsh.
Town Wash.
Town
and come
Walsh.
here and order at the counter.
Yeah.
Come in to the new lobby entrance, which would formerly O'Neill's entrance.
Okay.
Right.
So
right.
don't come in where you used to come into the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Come in over, it's sort of next door, but that's the new lobby entrance. That's
Okay.
where the concession stand is, which is the cafe.
Right.
Order there, you get a number, then go enjoy Friendly Live, and your food will just magically show up at your seat.
And the service here and the staff.
Second to none.
Yeah, second.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is because not because you're sitting here, because we often and try to recognize the fact that your staff is here to serve and to help your customers.
Well, it's a new concept, sort of. They were doing it in New York when I started this 7 or 8 years ago. I pay them a living wage, so they're not working for tips.
Oh, no.
They're not
No.
working and trying to convince you
That they're good enough.
that they're good enough to get money out of your pocket. I'm paying them anyway. I give them bonuses, and they have insurance. So what you pay here actually is more in line with everybody else. And before COVID, I wouldn't take any money. But if you
Right.
want to leave extra, if you want to leave
Right.
tips, it goes to them. Everything
Okay, cool.
that comes in this place goes to the staff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Plus more. But,
Yeah.
but you asked me about a dinner party. We had
Yes.
a dinner party. You never quite know what you're going to have on stage for sure. I mean, like last night
Sure.
we had J. Boy Adams.
Right.
And I knew that he played with ZZ Top. He played with, I think, Graham Nash.
Graham
he was
Nash, yep.
opening. I mean, he didn't name drop, but I got a few names out of him last night. And he has been associated with names that you
Yeah.
would know, even though you don't know his name. And he told stories.
That's
He
so
told stories about how he got to where he was, how the music, he plays the music. It's like a house concert. And your food, you're going to eat because it's a dinner party. And we had pork loin last night. We have steaks a lot of time. If we don't know and we don't, nothing jumps out at me at the store, we're going to have probably ribeye, mashed potatoes, green beans. I mean, it'll be good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's
Hearty.
good. Yes, it's a good.
And what you can't get anywhere else. If you're still hungry, because I was throwing so much food away and it was killing me every time. There's a big trash can and it's full of food. Now, granted, I had a machine that turned
Right.
it into water
Right.
in 2 days, so it didn't go into landfill, but still there was a ton of food. I said, well, I'm going to stop giving them so much on the first round.
Right.
But if you're still hungry, Tell your server and I'll give you more food.
Wow.
So who do you get seconds
Nowhere
without
else.
having to pay for
Folks,
seconds?
I'm going to tell you, I'll step in there and tell you, when you walk in that front door, you are treated just like if you're royalty.
Yeah.
Because this young lady and her staff they know that when you do it, people are going to come back.
Yep.
They're going to come back.
Oh, and I just saw this yesterday on something. My staff in the kitchen, we wear masks. So like at a doctor not spitting accidentally, he's not wearing it so that body's not getting on him. He's doing it so he doesn't accidentally get something.
Right.
So we wear masks in the kitchen, constantly sanitize, gloves. We take your health very, very, very
seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Even when you order a ticket, you're asked what are your allergies and all that other good stuff.
Yes.
So that we can take care. I've got somebody coming tomorrow night who has celiac. We will change our gloves before we touch any of their food. They're going to come and they trust us to come with their allergies because they know that we look. I have one person who can't have rosemary. Did you know there's rosemary in Mrs. Dash? I didn't
know that
until a few days ago when we were looking at what we could put flavor something with. And so they grabbed the bottle and rosemary. Nope, can't do that. Because we have a list of the
Folks,
allergies.
what you're hearing, you won't find this type of, you won't. No, only here at the Texan Theater.
So tell us about some more shows.
Yes.
Okay,
We got time. We got time, right?
Yeah, we got time.
We always got time.
The funnest one, I found these, when agents send me stuff every once in a while.
Yeah.
So Metalachi is in August.
Metalachi.
I don't have a dinner party
When she told me about this, I said, what?
Okay, they play heavy metal music. If you want to YouTube them and go to Bohemian Rhapsody, it is the funniest video.
Wow.
They changed a few words, and they do heavy metal music with mariachi instruments. And I was like, this has got to be fun. So this dinner party will be that. I'm still working on, we haven't got a time to reschedule it because COVID got in the way. My friend Jay Johnson was the ventriloquist on Soap.
Oh, yeah.
He had this dummy and stuff. He's going to come and be one of my guests.
A lot of people don't remember Soap.
Soap was the nighttime soap opera takeoff on daytime soap operas, and I wasn't allowed to watch it because I was a teenager, and they dealt with issues that my family didn't think I should be thinking
Is
about.
that the one that says, Ralph, you went, I'm invisible, nobody can see me, you can't see me, ha ha ha. It was a great soap.
Who else do I have for, anyway.
Well, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we got Jim Messina.
Jim Messina, folks.
From Longins and Messina.
Yes.
I will tell you, he's not neat. Well, he has told us he's not coming off the stage. He's not shaking hands. He has some CDs that are signed.
Okay.
But because of the nature of the theater, there's only 96 people that can be in there. If you're on the back row, you're 68 feet from the stage. So. And the lights don't go out because we're running around serving people. So it's not like black here and then light on the stage. You know that.
Oh, yes.
And so they end up talking with the audience. Not just dinner parties, but everybody I have talks with the audience while the shows are happening. So there's usually, because of the price and because of the intimacy of it, and I only have 100 seats, these are fans. They know you're the B-side of your first single.
Yep.
They'll ask for it. And the band can do it usually. And so we're getting songs, you'll hear things that you'll never hear in a concert.
Like
because
Happy
they have
Birthday.
Happy birthday?
My claim to fame is that Starship sang Happy Birthday to me. So that's my claim to fame.
You know what, she just said, these artists, I remember, and he's probably one of the most, she remembers, Teresa and I come to see Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters. She was very, and people, not just her, everybody was impressed. This guy just stops, goes to the edge of the stage and starts talking to the audience.
Love it. Love it.
I mean, just
Tiffany did that.
That's what happens here at the Texan Theater.
She's coming in October.
Tiffany's
coming back in October.
We're coming back for that one.
Billy Bob will come back. He loves it here because he can do that show. He said that the second year he came, he brought all of his, and I walked in and there was stacks of speakers, which is unheard of for my theater because it's got great acoustics. You don't need that.
Right.
He said he felt like he was Black Sabbath in a church. And he won't do it again. He won't do that.
All right, we have got to get out of here
Yeah.
because, you know, Barbara, thank you again.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
very
you.
much.
Have you got one more thing that you want? Something specific
I
that you
said
need
lunch.
to?
Oh, one of the things that has to do with what I said about we always have alternative. We've got gluten-free, a whole slew of gluten-free options. So if you want to come make a sandwich, we've got breads, we've got wraps, make breakfast tacos,
All of it.
and alternative milks. So we've got coconut, almond, soy.
We got you covered, folks. Anything
for
you
the
want.
coffees. Your hometown coffee shop.
Yeah, hometown.
Nobody knows we
Absolutely.
have a coffee shop in town. They're making 5 new ones.
The coffee club.
Oh, the coffee
Coffee
club.
Club.
Come on.
Come on,
$5
folks.
a
Well, it's
month,
actually going to 10.
$10 a month, even still.
Even still, $10 a month.
amazing.
And you get a free drink every day that we're open.
Yep.
Amazing.
So it means not on Sundays.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
oh, go ahead.
No.
No. And today in her house we have a phenomenal show. He's been here before. Town Wash. And he's brought Johnny with him, his lead. This is going to be a great show, and it's free here at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. And the tea is on Gabe today. Yeah. Barbara, again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
It
you
was
so
fun.
very
you,
much.
thank
It's
you,
been a
thank
great
you,
time.
thank you, thank
We're
you.
coming back. Thank you, Sparky, Tiffany, Ian, and our roadie, Evan. Thank you very much. We're coming back. CTFM next Wednesday. Remember, keep it in your boot.